Ooh, I look blonde today.
Look at our hair, it's glowing.
You look like a light bulb. Okay, so this video, we actually have a point to make, apparently. And
Let's hope so.
it's about the craziness of the indecision that we went through for months, then the flow that happened and what felt like intuitively just aligned, and then other things popping up. So I guess for me, it's sort of like, am I confusing myself that I was getting all these signs that we were supposed to take that 2-bedroom apartment here in Centro that is just awesome, and all the things lined up so quickly and easily about it. But we're actually deciding not to do that because later that night we had more flow coming in with the opportunity to house sit.
I know, it's interesting with intuition since we left Australia in 2011, we went to Dubai and then we got on the road house sitting in 2013. And since then, we really have operated pretty much purely on intuition. And I think the thing with intuition is it's illogical. It's not coming from the mind. So the mind then sort of catches up and makes it logical. You tell yourself a story about, justifying why you're making the decisions you're making. But, in pure intuition, it can be all over the shop, and it looks all over the shop too. And, we've got plenty of people that operate very much on intuition. And to the outside world, it's crazy. But when you're in it, I don't know, it just feels right, and you're just moving from thing to thing to thing each time, and that's pretty much what's happening now. So it sort of looks as if we're moving in one direction, and then all of a sudden we're pivoting and moving to another direction. So
Well, that's actually started since, literally 1st of January.
Yeah.
1st of January, we were hyper excited about actually going RVing. And we spent, nearly 3 months doing everything about the planning for our RV lifestyle.
so much research.
Oh, that chain is so noisy. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. But yeah, everything was, we were doing these weekly vlog updates about our decisions around what we're going to do with the RV. End of January, where we thought our money was going to come from to be able to purchase a vehicle, that started going pear-shaped. We've actually got a video talking about how crypto jumped and changed our mind on that. And then, life got in the way as well. Quick rush trip back to Australia to see my father pass, which I am so grateful that I had the ability to be able to do that. It's an experience that has bonded me and Mum tremendously, because we were both with him right through to the end. And still following on that kind of we're still, packing up our house and, going house sitting. And then Nat's news definitely sort of halted that whole RV thing. And I just felt that since March or April, when all this started happening, I guess it was late March, early April, it's just looked like we've been complete flakes. That we're just we're doing this, no, we're doing that, no, we're doing this, no, we're doing that. So, I don't know. Thank you if you're here watching and
stuck with us,
sticking with us, because yeah.
Well, I guess that's part of the creative process, isn't it? It's not a straight line. It's all over the place, and if you've been in that creative space before, you'll know that. And we, I guess, very much operate in that sort of intuitive, creative flow, and it's going to weave its way all over the place. It does make you wonder, why do we spend so many months researching RVing to then realize it's not that? But then maybe it's not that right now. Maybe it's down the track, and maybe it's not in America and Canada like we thought. Maybe it's in Europe. So I don't think things are wasted as you go along the journey. It seems like it is at the time, but it's almost a timing thing for things that, at times. So
I don't feel that anything's been wasted on the research we've done, especially about vehicles and trailer weights.
We know a lot about vehicles now.
What sort of vehicle can tow a trailer, just even what type of RV we would like to be in eventually. Yeah. And, we would blanket no on having a camper van as a long-term thing. And yet that's pretty much all you can get in Europe. So,
which is strange because I'm
Yeah.
actually quite happy to do it in Europe, but when
But
we
not
looked
here.
at it for the Americas, I was like, oh, no thanks. Like, it's so weird.
it's too small.
It's yeah, but then in Europe I would do it because it enables you to get into, you know, tiny little places in Europe that you normally can't get to because they're so old, the streets are so narrow. It's a bit like
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
But who knows, we might have a home base instead and just hire a car when we need to. You know, the process of buying a car, you know, we've got to do that research. But ultimately, all research is fun. And maybe to a degree, it's this obsessive not knowing what we're doing, researching all these things has stopped us from working and actually earning an income. But I'm super grateful for it all at the moment because right now we're actually not spending anything being house sitters. And so far we've already saved over $2,000 by not
getting out of our house.
Yeah, just by getting out of our house. So it's like looking at the plus side of things like that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been difficult for me. I was saying that to Jodie the other day, to get fully into making money if I don't know what I'm making money for. And so I definitely, and this is, you know, maybe relate to this as a couple where one is a little bit more in the now, detailed in the now type thing, and the other one, which is me, is a lot more big picture, need to sort of have the broad strokes and in the future and a vision of where we're headed to. So I do find it a little bit difficult, and I think I've been at Jodie a little bit more to sort of say, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, you know, can we get some, you know, something planted, you know, that we know what we're headed, so that I can get into stuff. I'm more than happy to get into stuff and work hard, and that I have quite a strong work ethic, but I need to know where I'm going and why I'm doing it in the first place, and that's been really tough for me.
Yeah, and you know, we do listen to our friends and, you know, their advice and their suggestions and things. And with Nat's health being a priority for this next 12 months, you know, I guess maybe the being a bit more open to having some sort of home base has been good for you, I think, because originally Nat was like, let's just get going, let's go. It was almost like she was on this timeline of not much time left, and we just needed to be traveling country to country and being nomadic, and yet she has so many toiletries that I'm like, well, what are you going to do with all of that? You know, where are you going to park all those toiletries that we had in our house? I have to say, if you're going to pack up your home, really have a look at just how much stuff is sitting in your cupboard for the just in cases.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Like, even us minimalists, we still had a whole bunch of stuff. We still have. But yeah, it's
I think your health is a priority. So I think having some sort of home base is important. And slower travel, it's always going to be about slower travel, I think. Not going from place to place to place, because that will totally interrupt any ability of doing any work to earn an income.
I think I went into a little bit of panic mode when I found out that I had this, and it was like, oh, I don't have that much time left.
Which is such bullshit. Like,
I know.
But it's amazing how the mind works.
I know, that was in the beginning. Now I'm starting to go, you know what, I'm going to heal this, and I'm not even going to have it. So that's more my priority right now, is to focus on that. Yeah.
And again, we'll mention Anna Sace, because I think what Anna has reached out and sort of shared with us as well is just, I don't know, it's making us go back more internally to our true beliefs. We have a true belief that the body is capable of healing itself.
Yep.
And I think, given the right environment, obviously.
Given the right environment.
And I think that the stuff that Anna has been sharing with you is going to help create the right environment. You know, we've got other friends who've just gone along and just taken the medication to create, you know, thicker bones or regrow bones, but even that has this list of side effects, and I just feel like coming back into...
did not resonate at all. To me, it's about healing the trauma and all the things that actually caused it in the first place, and
supporting yourself with supplements and doing the right thing.
Oh yeah, doing that as well, and having a healthy diet. We're going to fast next week, so we'll talk a little bit more about water fasting. But yeah, just putting it in the right environment, but also healing the mental aspect of that. And to me, that's where it started. And working with Anna a little bit more, which is, she is a good friend of ours. and an intuitive, an amazing intuitive, and she's been identifying a few things that it possibly could be so far, and they're actually resonating. So I'll talk more a little bit more about that in coming videos. But the more I work with her, I think it's going to just disappear. I don't think it'll even be a thing.
I think the essence and the core essence, and we've started getting back more in touch with our, I guess, soulful, spiritual side of these beliefs that we have around, you know, this meat suit and how this meat suit works and all that kind of stuff. And it's like we've always believed, and really science backs it up as well, that the number one cause of dis-ease, when you say disease, it's automatically dis-ease, is stress. So stress can come in many forms. It's not just mental stress, it can be physical stress, it can be holding on to past traumas that have never been processed properly. Any kind of stress. If you think about what stress means, you know, it's like if it's pressure as such, it could be pressure anywhere in your body, it's causing disease. And yeah, this lifestyle, I think we've been really lucky for the last, well, since 2011, leaving Australia. It was very stressful that first year, but then 2013 onwards, you know, we've worked really hard to live a stress-free life, and it's not easy, especially when you're doing what we did with next to no money. But at the end of the day, in comparison, I guess, to what other people are doing and keeping up with the Joneses and keeping up with, like, mainstream life.
Stories of friends and family back home in Australia, and I'm sure it's in all different places. Anna's in New Zealand at the moment, and she's actually talking about how expensive it is there and how stressful it's starting to become. So, you know, just the increase in prices and just everything going on in the world right now.
Our poor US friends, you guys get such stupidly low amounts of holidays. Like, everything about the US system is fucked, basically. Hey, that's an agreement. It's like, you know, we get 4 weeks in Australia. You're in Germany, I think they get 6 weeks. It's like, why would the US only give 2 weeks holiday to their people? It's just creating an ongoing perpetual stress. But then again, the pharmaceuticals want that. And the pharmaceutical industry wants to keep everybody...
money when you're sick.
Yeah, let's keep everybody sick, and
people.
Anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a big conversation for us. We definitely have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, I think it's the ultimate business model is what's called a subscription model, and the ultimate subscription model is keeping people on medications that don't heal you. They just make the symptoms a little bit less. So that's why we're wanting to be outside of that system, and
that's why I won't go down that line. I'll do everything else, but I won't do that. So let's see how we go.
Anyway, sorry about all the noise. I'm really hoping that music in the background has been blurred out by us talking the whole time. We're at a place called 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪 in Guanajuato, and we're about to go and get some tacos al vapor for our brunch, meeting a friend. But yes, hopefully it's not been too crazy loud.
Everyone's setting up their stall. This looks really quiet behind us, but in front of us it's getting crazy. We've got all the stalls going on.
Anyway, I'll have a quick look around at what's happening. There we go, the chains and the music and the stall getting set up. So, that's it for us for this time. That's moving already. See ya.